Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm here to do my melts. Empties first, then my unempties. So everything that I melted this week. That's what I was trying to say. So I do have a few empties. Most of them are samples. I did do a kind of sample heavy week this week. Mostly L3 Waxy Wonders samples because I have bought a few of those Try Me samplers that she offers. So 50 samples, $30. It's a great deal. But I actually need to melt my way through those samples, otherwise they just take up space. I will say, and I probably will buy one, but not till later in June. She does have them up at the moment, and I think they're discounted $5, so I think they are $25. Don't quote me on that right, though I could be wrong. But I do know that she is donating pretty much all the proceeds to a charity for Pride Month. So recommend getting on and getting one of those Try Me samplers. They are a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get stuck into it. So first one I don't like. So this is Cranberry Sweater Weather from L3. I don't like her cranberry. I had to turn this one off pretty shortly after it melted down. There's something about her cranberry that has this kind of sweet, sickly, sour sort of scent, and I don't like it. And her Sweater Weather is not like the really crisp, amazing Sweater Weather either. So that maybe could have, if it had been that sharper Sweater Weather, the more kind of herbaceous eucalyptusy kind, that could have offset the cranberry in this a little bit. But because it wasn't, it just didn't. So not a repurchase. Yeah, definitely not repurchasing something I had to turn off. I have Fallen Leaves, Egyptian Musk, and Olive Branch Lush Type from That Smell Good shop, sorry. I really didn't smell much from this. It is a really nice smelling blend here on cold. It's woody, it's kind of woody and leaf-like and definitely musky. It's really nice, but yeah, I really didn't smell much from this melting. So again, not something I would get again. Zucchini bread, pecan, and sugared shortbread from L3 Waxy Wonders. This one smells really good. Throw was probably medium. I would have liked it to have thrown better, but I still did enjoy it. I'm definitely coming around on pecan scents. I used to dislike them all. I still don't like them if they're like caramelized or they're like pecan praline, scents like that. Those are way too sickly and just but I don't mind a bit of a nutty pecan in a bakery scent like this one. I feel like it's good kind of parts sugared shortbread and zucchini bread, like not too heavy on either side. So I did enjoy this, but I would have liked it to have thrown better. I would possibly try it again in a smaller amount and just see, melt it in maybe a different space and see if that helps. Although most of these samples I melted in my office, and my office is not big and it's fairly closed in. So, and I sit fairly close to the warmer as well. So I find that if I can't smell things very well in here, it's probably not going to do so well anywhere else in the house either. There's been a few exceptions to that, but generally speaking, that's what I find. L3 Rexy Wonders, Sugar Cookie Dough, Pie Crust, Mac Apple. This was very strong. It was not bad. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of strong Mac Apple scents, and this was a strong Mac Apple scent. I was nervous about it, honestly, because Pie Crust I usually can't smell. And Sugar Cookie Dough is not my favourite sugar cookie scent. There's just a, I don't know, slightly Play-Doh-y tone to it. But I didn't get any of that here. I mostly smelt Mac Apple. It is a very crisp, fresh Mac Apple, but there was just a nice kind of light bakery undertone to it. So I did actually enjoy it. It's not something I would purchase or that I would melt very often, but every now and then, just getting little samples of Mac Apple scents actually probably works for me, because every now and then I don't mind melting a Mac Apple scent, but it's just not something that I would do enough to actually bother buying them. But I don't mind getting one-offs in them because, yeah, once in a blue moon, I'll melt them. L3 Rexy Wonders, Vanilla, Birch, Vanilla Balsam, and White Woods. This was really, really good. I mean, I love a good Vanilla Balsam scent. And this was just a woodier Vanilla Balsam. The birch worked really well in here. Sometimes vanilla birch works really well for me, sometimes not, but in this it worked really well. Because the birch wood blended really well with the balsam, and I really enjoyed this. It threw very well. I wouldn't need a big quantity, but I would consider getting like a bougie bar or something in that. It was really good. Caramel apple zucchini bread from Rexy Wonders. This one I loved. So I already have caramel apple zucchini bread and cinnamon sugar from L3, and I adore that. I actually think I like this almost a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, I really like the other version. The cinnamon sugar just adds a really beautiful warmth to it. But this one, the zucchini bread came out more strongly. Like, I think in my cinnamon sugar version, the zucchini bread gets just that bit watered down. Whereas this one, the zucchini bread came out really, really strongly. And her caramel apple oil, something about it I really love. Like I was just saying, I'm not the biggest fan of apples. And apple scents with caramel added, I don't like. But caramel apple blended with bakery, something about it just really works for me. So I actually have a scoop of this. I didn't realize when I bought the scoop I had the sample. And now I'm really glad I do have a scoop coming, because I really, really enjoyed this. So, great throw, definitely a repurchase. L3 Pumpkin Pecan Waffles Espresso Sugar Cookie Royale. So this one was not bad. I was melting some other scents around the house with roasted coffee, which is another one of her coffee oils. And it definitely showed me that I much prefer roasted coffee over her espresso. This blend, weirdly, it was almost too sweet, and I'm not sure why, because I've done pumpkin pecan waffles and sugar cookie royale together before. I've done them with coffee before. I don't know what it was, but yeah, there's a real strong dump of sugar in this one, and I don't know where it's coming from. It's not I mean, the espresso is not sweet. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, there was something, I was, just the roasted coffee scents I had going around. Not that roasted coffee is any, like, espresso is not sweeter than roasted coffee, but for whatever reason, this blend was much sweeter than the other coffee scents I was melting, and I wasn't that into it. I was quite surprised. So yeah, I wouldn't get that one again. It was throwing quite strongly, but I didn't love it. Father Christmas from L3. So this one is like what, nectarines in the stocking and like creamy vanilla or whole vanilla beans or something. This was nice. I know a lot of people really like this one. I wouldn't say I was like crazy about it, although melting this time of year, what is a very fruity scent, didn't quite feel right, which is why I find Father Christmas is an odd, because it seems like it's a Christmas scent. And I don't know, I guess it's not a tradition I'm familiar with, nectarines in a stocking. Because yeah, this is fruity and it's creamy and it's really nice. It's not like a fruit that I'm like crazy about, that I would run out and get loads and loads of, but I might get a bunch pack of it for summer. Like I did enjoy it. It's a nice blend. It threw quite well. Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice. Cabin in the Woods from L3. So this one I was really surprised I didn't like. I really thought I was going to. This one is like Earl Grey tea. It's like a smoky, it's meant to be like a smoky Earl Grey tea. So marshmallow fireside maybe. I think some other oils. But something about, I can't figure it out now in the bag, but there was something really off-putting about it. Something about the way the Earl Grey tea was blending. It didn't gel with the other scent notes for me. I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened with this one. I was really expecting to love it, and I just didn't. It threw very strongly, but yeah, I took it out because I just didn't like it. This one was like double bagged because the bag broke. Pardon me. Super Tarts Ego. So this is Mac Apple and French Baguette. This one's nice. Again, Mac Apple, just not something I'm crazy about. This one is a good one. It smells nice with the French Baguette. yeah, it's fine, but it's just not a scent. I think the first time I melted it, I really enjoyed it, and every other time since then, I've just been like, it's fine, but it's just not the sort of thing I like. So, really good throw, but not a repurchase. Teton Tarts Fall Cravings. So this one is caramel apples, pumpkin pecan waffles, and buttery vanilla batter. So this is probably the type of pumpkin pecan waffles that used to put me off pumpkin pecan waffles. This one is very sickly, caramel, buttery. Yeah, it's just too sickly, too caramelly, and yeah, the buttery batter thing just, it doesn't work for me. So yeah, this one, if you like those really kind of sickly, over the top kind of scents, this one is it, I'd say. This was very strong throwing, but I would not get that one again. I think I do have a little bit more of it. I think I have like a stripful thing, which I'll probably finish, but I won't get, I would. Teton Tarts doesn't seem to be around anymore anyway, so it's not really relevant, but yeah. Santa Moete, so pink sugar and pink chiffon. Something really weird was going on with my nose the night that I melted this, because it smells amazing in the bag, but I melted a bunch of Palo Santo around the house, and they all smelled powdery and weird. And I've melted all of those scents, or most of those scents before, or if not those specific blends, I've melted the Palo from all of the vendors. I think I had some L3, I had some Super Tarts, and I had some Teton Tarts. They all normally do, their Palos are normally great for me, but every single one smelled powdery. So something really weird was going on with my nose. I ended up actually putting in some bakery into all of them, because it was just doing my head in. So I put some fake Super Tarts Fake and Bake into all of them. One of the scents, which I'll talk about a bit later, it really improved. And the other two, it sort of cut the powdery note, but it didn't make them amazing. This was one of the ones where the bakery just, it did make it a little bit more palatable, but it didn't like turn it into an amazing scent or anything like that. I'm so disappointed though, because it smells so good here. And I've melted it before, and I've had a pink chiffon Palo blend and something else from someone else before. No, from Teton Tarts, but it had something else in it as well. And just the woodiness and the kind of girly scent, it's really nice normally, but just this time around, my nose was just weird about it. So, threw very strongly. Won't be able to buy it again anyway, I don't think, but I don't know if I would or not. Like, yeah, I've liked it before, but the last time just didn't really work. L3 Pink Sugar Warm Vanilla Sugar. This I really, really, really liked. Like, simple. I'm sure it's a combo that's been done to death, but I've never actually tried it before. This one just gave me just fantastic, like, fuzzy winter vibes. I don't know why. I feel like I'm coming back around on pink sugar. For a while there, I was all about the blue sugar, and all the blue sugar blends. Lately, some of them I still love. Some of them are a little bit kind of masculine and heavy, but I'm really falling hard for pink sugar blends. And yet the warm sugar just adds this fuzziness, like this fuzzy, cozy, comforting kind of thing to it. It does that a lot. Like, I don't like warm vanilla sugar in a bakery blend, but in something like pink sugar or something cologne or woody, love it. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. It threw really strongly. I want to get more of that. I really liked it. I don't know if I'd love it from every vendor, because I just don't know if I love every vendor's pink sugar, and I don't like it, but it worked really well from L3. I think if Teddy B's had one, I think that would be really good as well, but maybe she does have one, I don't know. Or something similar anyway. Pears and Caramel Sauce from Dessa's Homespun Scents. This is very good. On cold, I'm always nervous about it. That's probably why it took me so long to get through the bag. This was poured in April 2020. But on warm, it really turns around. Because I'm not a caramel sauce scent lover. I don't love caramel scents, and I don't really love peach scents either. But this one is not that kind of overly strong, super sweet, sickly peach that most peach scents are. and the caramel just warms up into something really, really nice. So I really enjoy it. I don't like it blended though, weirdly. When I've had it in blends, the caramel starts smelling burnt and it just doesn't go very well, but on its own, very good. That said, it's taken me a long time to get through this bag because I just don't reach for it very often, so it's probably not a repurchase for that. It does so strongly. But yeah, I have enjoyed it and I do recommend it if you are sort of interested in those sorts of scents. Ebony Violet Final Girl. So this is zucchini bread, apple cider donuts, and sugar cookies. I love this. This is one of my favorite apple cider donut scents. I've said it a whole bunch of times before about Ebony Violet. She does not do bakery very often. Her blends tend to be much more kind of perfume, cologne. She's great for trying out kind of more obscure or harder to find perfume oils. Like she gets loads of stuff in. So she doesn't do bakery that often, but when she does, she absolutely knocks it out of the park. Like amazing bakery when she does it. And this is one of those scents. Like her zucchini oil is fabulous. It blends so well with the apple cider donuts, and she has an amazing sugar cookie scent. I don't know if it's the same in here as it is in all of her blends, but she has told me that she does like her own sugar cookie mix up of a few different sugar cookie oils. So if that's what's in here, it works. Like it's just so good. So I've had this before in a shot cup, and I definitely want to get more of it in like a souffle or a snap bar or something because it's amazing. And it throws really well like her wax nearly always does. Teton Tarts Poison Apple. So this is toasted marshmallow and a house blended caramel apple. Similar to L3, her caramel apple I really do normally enjoy. This one, last time I had her caramel apple, I really liked it. This time it came over a bit too caramelly, and I don't know if maybe the toasted marshmallow and the caramel just kind of over toasty sugared the whole thing and came across a little bit burnt. I'm not sure, but I did get a bit of a burnt caramel tone from this that I didn't love. So yeah, it was okay, but not a favorite. The last caramel apple scent of hers I had was blended with like red apple and green apple, I think, as well. And that was really good. But this one, it was just okay. Threw strongly, but not a repurchase. This is going down in my kitchen at the moment. Not my kitchen, my lounge room. So this is Shipwrecked from Rose Girls. This one is blue sugar, vanilla sandalwood, coconut, vanilla wafers, and something else. I'm really enjoying it today. When it first arrived and the first time I melted it, I didn't like it. The vanilla sandalwood, Rose Girls vanilla sandalwood comes across quite heavy and sort of that incense sandalwood. And I don't love that. And I got that quite strongly here. So it just smelled frankly weird the first time I melted the blue sugar, this vanilla sandalwood tone, and then the coconut and wafer. Like it just didn't work. This time around, I'm really only getting the slightest touch of sandalwood from it. I'm getting that kind of creamy coconut wafer scent, and the blue sugar is quite mellow and caramelly as well. So I'm actually really, really enjoying it. With that said, I don't think it's a repurchase. Again, because I just feel like the vanilla sandalwood could pop out at, it could just be me today. And I also I don't know, I have other blue sugar bakery type scents I like a lot more than it. But I was pleasantly surprised by how well this did for me this time, and it's throwing quite strongly down there. Just a couple of clamshells and then on to the Unempties. So Super Tarts 3-Eyed Raven. So this is Redwood, Rain and Moss. I love this scent. This is an incredibly unique scent. Even though it's got redwood in it, it doesn't smell like any other scent that I've had like a redwood oil in. Oh, it's so unique. It kind of has, I feel like it does have a slight soapy tone to it, but it doesn't smell like soap. It is woody, and it's kind of got like a polished moss to it. Her rain, I mean, it's one of the few rain scents of hers where I don't go, oh yeah, I can definitely smell that rain. I know it's in there. It's incredibly unique. It's very strong, and it went for a very long time as well. I had this one, I put this in the warmer like 3 o'clock on a day, and then it would have melted. So it melted till like 11 o'clock that night. And then it would have done from 6 o'clock till 11 o'clock the next day because I've got warmers that switch on and off on timer. And then back on at 6 o'clock the next day until I changed it at 9 o'clock. And it was still going quite strongly when I changed it at 9 o'clock that day. So absolute powerhouse scent. Love it. I have more of it. It's always a repurchase. It's just fabulous. And another favourite of mine that I finished off this week, Teddy Bees Blackberry Butter Pecan Cookies. So butter pecan waffles, blackberry jam and butter cookies. I do have a tub of this, which is why I was happy to finish the clam. I do also have a chunk bag, but as I've talked about in other videos before, there was a release of this where the chunk bag, the scent just didn't, a different pecan waffle oil was used apparently, and it didn't smell the same as this blend. So the tub that I got in the more recent pre-order does smell like this, because this is so delicious. She has one of the creamiest pecan waffle scents out there. She never refers to it as pumpkin pecan waffles. I don't know if that's because the oil is actually not pumpkin pecan waffles. It does smell quite similar to pumpkin pecan waffles, or if she just calls it butter pecan waffles because it's much more buttery. But it's definitely that. It's not nutty. It's not like pumpkin spicy. It's just all very heavy mapley like some of them are. It's just a really delicious, creamy, slightly pecan waffle scent. And then the blackberry jam is just delicious in there as well. The blackberry jam butter cookies, like, it's not overpowering, but it's definitely there. I love this one. I always love this one. It gets great throw. I will always repurchase that. Okay, so that is the empties. Now let's do the unempties. So I mentioned some roasted coffee scents that I did this week. So roasted coffee, bear claws and zucchini bread from L3. Really, really good. Really delicious. I will say bear claws is probably not my favorite bakery. Like, it's kind of, I don't even really know what they are, but is it kind of like a slightly spiced pastry? I do feel like that comes through quite strongly, maybe more strongly than the zucchini bread. The roasted coffee is delicious. I can definitely tell that I don't love bear claws, but because I love zucchini bread and roasted coffee, it did blend very well with those. So I did enjoy it, which is good because I accidentally bought 2 scoops of it. So I definitely love it. Roasted coffee is just my favorite coffee oil now. I'm in love with it. And it goes amazingly with bakery. So this is fantastic. Great throw. This one's very strong. This was the strongest one I melted this morning in my kitchen. And look, 2 scoops. I don't actually think when I'm done with it that I will need more. I think I will still be melting roasted coffee, but this specific blend, 2 scoops is plenty, but still, it's amazing. This one though, I was actually sitting at my desk the day before I melted it, just picking up pieces and just sniffing it, because it's my favorite custom. This is roasted coffee, pumpkin pecan waffles, vanilla butter fudge, and sugared shortbread. You know, with this one as well, I think maybe I just smelled too much when this one first arrived, because I'd gone through and smelled everything. I just feel like I maybe smelled too much, and my nose was not attuned to like how amazing it was, because I remember really liking it, but also thinking that it smelled like something that I already had in the collection, like kind of similar. But smelling this over the last couple of days and melting it today, I don't have anything like this. It is the most amazing, warm, delicious bakery scent, and it's definitely bakery forward. I don't think any of the bakery oils pops out excessively. Like, I don't think this is a heavy pumpkin pecan waffle scent, but that is there. I don't think it's a heavy vanilla butter fudge scent, but that's there as well. Like, and the coffee as well. Like, the coffee is there. It's adding depth and, you know, but it's a bakery scent first. It's just absolutely incredible. I can't believe how well this one turned out. My only complaint is that I would say I would like it to throw better. I had it in my lounge room, and the roasted coffee bear claws zucchini bread was absolutely just kind of outdoing it. I could still smell it. It was medium to high. So yeah, next time I don't know. I mean, it was poured in April. It's June. Look, it should be going. I'll melt it in my office next, maybe in the office in the bedrooms. Again, that's not to say that I couldn't smell it. I just wanted this to be like completely just like everywhere, and it just wasn't quite there. But still, absolutely love that one. I do think that one will be a repurchase when I'm done with that bag. It is amazing. I'll do the rest of because I did a few of my custom bags this week. So I did roasted coffee, blueberry pumpkin patch, and sugared shortbread at the same time as those roasted coffee scents. I did really enjoy it. It probably, in hindsight, wasn't the right scent to melt at the same time as those. I picked it because it had the roasted coffee, but I forgot that I actually asked for the roasted coffee to be dialed down in this blend. I probably didn't need to do that because roasted coffee, I find with bakery scents, it doesn't overpower. It blends really nicely in, and then it gives a nice coffee tone, but you still get a bakery forward blend. So in hindsight, I probably didn't need to have said that roasted coffee needs to be dialed down, because I really can't smell. I think it just adds a little bit of kind of depth to this, but I really can't smell coffee in it. So this one is actually quite a sweet blueberry pumpkin scent, which I'm not mad about. It's really good. I love blueberry pumpkin. But the sugared shortbread, I think, just makes it a bit sweeter and more bakery-like. And then there's a very slight depth of, like, just a hint of coffee in that background. So yeah, I love it, but I think next time I would melt it when I have other blueberry pumpkin scents melting or other blueberry scents melting, because it kind of feels like it would fit more with those sorts of scents. But yeah, this one was very, very strong. I'm not sure at this stage if it'll be a repurchase, but I will really enjoy it. Okay, the other custom that I did, I'll talk about these two scents at the same time. And I think I did mention this. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it in a video or not yet, but I did mention it in a comment on one of my videos, because I didn't realize when I did this custom that the blend actually already exists. Not only did it already exist at another vendor, I actually already owned it. I literally did not make that connection. So, but they actually did. They are quite different. So I did. This is Vintage Chic Scents My Favorite Things, which is fresh picked strawberries, fresh baked bread, and vanilla butter fudge. And then I did fresh baked bread, fresh picked strawberries, vanilla butter fudge from L3. And yeah, I genuinely did not make the connection that I had this. I think in my head I was getting the VCS one confused with, there's a strawberry pound cake Palo Santo one, and I think I was thinking that I had a fresh picked strawberries baked bread Palo Santo or something along those lines. I got the two mixed up in my head. So these are the same blend, but they're definitely different. Different oils for sure. The main differences, I would say, are that the fresh picked strawberry scent in the L3 one is much stronger. So while you do get a really nice bread tone, and vanilla butter fudge kind of smells a little bit yeasty and bready to me as well, like a kind of sweet bread. So it kind of blends in with that. So you definitely get those bread tones, but the strawberry does pop out. Whereas the VCS one, the strawberry to me is much more subdued. I'm smelling it a bit here cold, but when it melts, I really just smell the bread and the butter fudge and a very slight touch of strawberry. The other thing I will say, and they are very different strawberries, I do think I like the L3 strawberry a bit more. Neither of them smell actually like fresh picked strawberries to me, but the L3 one is just kind of a fun pop of like a artificial strawberry, but a good artificial strawberry. I think the VCS one, I mean, it is very subtle here, but I've had it in other blends and there's just something about it. Again, it's artificial, but it's just an artificial strawberry I don't like as much. The other thing I will say is that the L3 did throw a lot stronger than the VCS one. The VCS one is lucky if it cracks medium in my house. The L3 one was quite strong. So not something I deliberately set out to do again, but it's here and I do prefer this L3 version. So I need to tape the L3 bag. It's already slightly ripped. Or rebag it. I should just probably rebag it. These bakery bags do get beat up. So, yeah, the VCS one I'm not going to repurchase. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to repurchase the L3 version either. I really enjoy it, but these bags are massive for me. So, once it's going to take me forever to get through. But, yeah, I really do like the scent. And I prefer the custom that I did better. Okay. So, I have Americana Marshmallow Smoothie from Scoopable Tart Wax. So that's Monster Cookie, Blackberry Jam, Butter Cookie, and Marshmallow Smoothie. I really enjoy this. This is one of those scents that I got from Rose Girls and I didn't get great throw from. So I'm really glad I've got it from Scoopable. I'd still say it's sort of medium to high. It's not like a super strong scent, but I can definitely smell it in the Scoopable formula. So that works for me. I'm not always 100% a massive fan of the Blackberry Jam Butter Cookie they use either, but it does smell good here. I think I like the Monster Cookie oil. So it's just a really nice Blackberry Jam cookie scent. Like I said, medium to high throw. Possibly a repurchase. We'll see how I feel once I finish that scoop. L3 Peach, Raspberry Jam, Cheesecake, Fresh Baked Bread. I'm still not sure how I feel about this one. I think I don't like L3's Raspberry Jam. I mean, in this blend it wasn't too bad. I have another blend which I think I need to pass on to somebody else because it smells sour. And here it does smell a little bit sour as well. The other blend is a Raspberry Jam Cheesecake scent too. So I don't know if it's just the Raspberry Jam with cheesecake that smells sour. But this one is kind of saved by the peach and the bread, I think. So I think this one might actually be okay in summer because it is a nice peach bread scent, but there's just a bit of a sourness in the background that I don't love. So I might hold on to it to the warmer weather and try melting it then. I don't think it's a repurchase, but I do think I can keep melting it and enjoying it. Southbound Cozy Vibes. So this is vanilla sugar, vanilla orchid, cedarwood, smooth musk, leather, sandalwood, and rich amber. This is really nice. I swear though I've smelt this oil. I'm fairly certain it's just an oil, not a blend, and I'm certain I've smelled it somewhere. I want to say Waxidence maybe, because I really need to order from Waxidence again someday. She's very underrated. Yeah, I feel like I had a blend like this from Waxidence. It's really nice because it is very smooth. Like, I feel like it's kind of amber and cedarwood and vanilla. I don't get leather. Oh, maybe just a touch, but yeah, this one is all about that sort of smooth cedar and amber, and I love scents like that. So really good throw. I do think I'd get it again, not in huge quantities, but you know, a clam here or there would be good. Super Tarts Star of Bethlehem. So this is blackberry, peppermint, and snowy night. I'm not sure what the notes for snowy night are. This one, it took me a while to place what this smelled like. It's quite unique for a wax scent. Now, I don't know if this actually smells exactly what it made me think of in the end, but because I haven't experienced one of these in a long time, but it made me think of fruity Mentos, like those sort of very sweet, chewy candies that also have a bit of a minty freshness. That's what this reminds me of. It's got a very sweet kind of artificial fruity tone and then a freshness to it. Or maybe almost like a fruity gum, but it's more of a candy than it is a gum, to be honest. I don't mind it for that. Like, that description doesn't sound super appealing, I suppose, but I didn't mind it. It threw very strongly. I don't think I need to get it again, but I will melt the rest of it. It was okay. I've got one cube left of Chai Felicia from Super Tarts. It's been a while since I melted this one. Chai Spice Vanilla Donut Sponge Sugar Buttercream Wasai. I love this scent. It is. I think it's all about the wasai. The wasile. I think I looked it up, and it's kind of like a warm alcoholic drink, kind of like cider, but maybe more of a citrus kind of variety. And I do feel like I get like a citrus cider, like a warm citrus, like a mulled citrus cider kind of thing. It doesn't really give me much of a chai or a vanilla donut. Like, I feel like I don't really get donuts or spun sugar or anything like that. But I get just a really delicious, citrusy, sweet kind of warm, mulled, alcoholic beverage. Always throws well. I think it'll always be a repurchase. I always enjoy it in the colder months. Snape from Super Tarts. So this one is probably renamed by now. Magically Delicious, which is sweetened cereals, marshmallows, sugary milk with cinnamon and sugar cookies. This one is very good. It's a nice warm cinnamon without being like over cinnamony. So it's just a really enjoyable cinnamon bakery. I really only melt it when it's really cold. Otherwise it is too cinnamon for me. But it's good at this time of year. It throws really strongly. I would possibly get a clam of it maybe next winter. Like I very rarely reach for it. But it's nice when the time is right. Super Tarts Festival of Lights. So this one is pecan arugula cookies, charlotte bread, brown sugar and cinnamon. So I had a weird experience with this one. So I normally really love this scent. Like, it's quite a thick, dense, like heavy bakery scent. And normally I don't love those, but this one is good. This is probably one of the first like really heavy, dense bakery scents that I went, oh, I actually like that. This time I didn't actually get into the room with it until it had been melting for I think 6 hours or so, for a while. And it smelled like cocoa, like chocolate. It was really weird. I don't know where that's coming from. I can't really blame it because by 6 hours, look, I mean, I like my wax to still throw at 6 hours, but I know that it's, you know, I'm not always going to be guaranteed to have the same sort of scent that's been melting for a while. So, but I don't remember that ever happening before with this one. So I didn't really love it. So I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't go in. It was in the bedrooms, so I didn't, and I was working up here, so I didn't really go in and see it earlier. So yeah, I will melt it again, and I think I will probably still enjoy it and keep getting it, but yeah, it went chocolate. Really weird. Neil from Super Tarts. So this is Campfire, Green Ivy, Mint Leaf, and Driftwood. This is a really lovely green scent. It has a touch of smokiness. Her Campfire is not very smoky at all, so it really is just a touch. So this one is really about the green notes. It's not super minty. There is a mint to it, but it's not heavy mint at all. And the Driftwood is quite light as well. I'm not super familiar with green ivy, so I couldn't really tell you if it just smells like a really strong green ivy scent with just little hints of all those other things. It's kind of what it feels like, but yeah, without having smelt green ivy, I couldn't say for sure. It throws really well. I feel like I've repurchased this a few times now and I'm not reaching for it much. So I don't think that this one excites me enough to be a repurchase again, but I do enjoy it. In the lounge room, I did Night King. So this is Ozone, Clean Beach, Citrus Moss, Tonka, Spearmint, Peppermint, Vanilla Mint, and no, Fresh Mint and Vanilla Bean. So this one is like some cologne scent. I thought it was stainless steel, but maybe it's not. It's some other one. Spearmint, Peppermint, and like just the mixed mints. I think that's White Walkers. Yeah. This is really good. It's definitely fresh, but it's kind of subdued with that sort of masculine cologne, and the cologne is not like super cologne-like. So, because I've talked enough about how I don't really love like super minty scents, and I definitely don't like super minty scents in the cold weather. I don't actually understand why mints are associated with like winter. I mean, I do like frosty mint and stuff, but I feel like they cool the air down, and that's like the opposite of what I want in winter. So I actually prefer, if I'm going to melt something that's sort of stronger on the mint, I actually kind of prefer to melt it when the house needs cooling down. But this one is good enough. It was kind of subdued enough that it still worked, even though it's been quite cold this week. Good throw, very good throw. I don't think I need to get this one again. Like, I have enjoyed it, but I just don't know how much I would melt it again. But yeah. I've got this in my bedrooms at the moment. So Hades from Super Tarts. This is Campfire and Blue Sugar. I really enjoy it. I really like Super Tarts Blue Sugar. I feel like her Blue Sugar, some Blue Sugars are a little bit more masculine and cologne leaning. Hers is more kind of smooth. I think there's like a caramel note in Blue Sugar, and I feel like I get more of that in a good, not kind of burnt or sickly way. And again, like Campfire in here, her Campfire, it's kind of subtle, but it adds just a nice sort of subtle smokiness. So I really enjoy this. It's really nice in the bedrooms. I don't need lots of it, but I would get another clam of it. I do like it. King Orange from Super Tarts. This one is Rain, Saltwater, Sea Salt, Patchouli, and Cedarwood. I adore this scent. This is just... Super Tarts does some of the best woody outdoorsy scents around, and this is one of the best of the best. Like, if you like pretty much anything on that list, if you like rain scents, saltwater scents, sea salt scents, patchouli scents, cedarwood, get King Orange. I think it's probably got a new name now. So go into the group, search for King Orange, or look at, she's got a reference list now, find out what it is and buy it. It is so strong, and you get all of that. Everything on that list you get, and it just blends together in this just phenomenal woody, earthy, salty, rainy, just amazingness. I can't speak highly enough of King Orange. 100%. I don't know why I only have like 1 or 2 clams. I think because as much as I love scents like this, I just have so many of them that I don't get to them as much as I'd like. So I rotate around them. So like this one I've had since February 2021. I just don't get, especially because this one is probably more of a cooler weather scent. So I just don't get to it. So that's why I only have, I mean, I think I did have a clam before this one. So it's not like I haven't been working on it since February 21. But I do need, it is one that I never want to be without because I just love it so much. Starfleet from Super Tarts. So this one is like a jelly donut. I think it's the jelly donut, zucchini bread, and sugar cookies. I can never remember. All I know is I love it. It's my favorite jelly donut scent. It's one of the... most jelly donut scents actually don't pop jelly. Like, I can't smell the jelly donut. I can't smell that jelly scent. This one I can. So this one is like just a delicious bakery with a really beautiful pop of jam. I will say, and I do think this is probably true of all jelly donut oils I've tried, it needs to cure. If you melt it straight up, the jelly, that beautiful kind of jelly pop, just doesn't happen. So it needs a few months of cure time. I don't love doing or saying that, but I really feel like to get the best out of this scent, you have to do it. Because yeah, now I didn't write the date down, but I've had this one probably for a good 8 or 9 months now. And I'd say it's probably been since about the 5 or 6 month mark that it's really been throwing like at the where I expect it to be. So I love it. I get great throw from it. It will always be a repurchase. L3 Buttermilk Pie. So another one that arrived just last week. So vanilla custard, sugar cookie, creme brulee, pie crust. I wanted to melt this one fairly quickly because it seems to be the scent of the moment. And I wanted to see if I should be getting blends with it and or getting more of it. And I do really like it. One of the things that I really love about L3 is how many of these just amazing bakery blends that we get. And that we can then just use and suggest in all sorts of blends. Like buttermilk pie, like I feel like buttermilk pie has joined the list of like there's Santa's on keto, don't cross streams, today's October 3rd, Fat Bottom Girls, I think, although I'm not as big of a fan of that one. There's probably other classics that I'm forgetting right now, but she has these amazing bakery, complex bakery house blends. some of them are customer blends, some of them are their own, that they just regularly come up on their own, in samplers or in just with customer ideas and blends, and they're just so much more interesting than so many other just, you know, individual bakery blenders. I know some other vendors have similar kind of things. They've got like a house blend bakery that they pair with all sorts of things, and I just love that combo, but that concept. And L3 seems to have like the most of them, and buttermilk pie is just, it's really delicious. And you definitely do get a slight, you know, that slight kind of caramelized creme brulee note, but it's not over the top. Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. It threw pretty well in here. I did it in here, maybe I think if I did it in a bigger open plan space, it probably would be a medium, but in here it was medium high. I've now gone ahead and ordered there was a buttermilk pie sampler from the pre-order, which went ready to ship today, and there was only 4 left when I got onto the website when I woke up this morning, so I went doink. I also have some buttermilk pie. Today's October 3rd, and I think a couple of other blends as well. So I'm just happy because it just means I like it. So when I see it, similar to like say Santa's on keto or something like that, when I see a good bakery blend and this is in it, I'll be able to get it because I know it will be good. I don't know why, but this matrix melt bag, the ziplock is not aligned. I have to like squeeze one side of the bag up to pinch it shut. It's really annoying, but anyway. And I have it also coming in a scoop, so enjoy it. I will say it's not like a set the world on fire best bakery scent you've ever had in your life scent. I will say that, but it is a really solid scent. It's different to some of her other bakery blenders, so it just fits. It's just a really nice one to have, if that makes sense. Teton Tarts, the Haunted Hayride. So this one is Cider Lane, White Birch, Smoked Vanilla, Palo Santo and Leaves. I've raved about this one, I think, every time I've melted it. It is the epitome of just fall, autumn. It's autumn. Amazingness. Just woody, cider, smoky amazingness. So cozy, so just... and it's not like cider and leaf scents. Sometimes they can smell weird and sickly. It doesn't do that. Sometimes smoked vanilla scents can be overly smoky. It doesn't do that. It's just, it's incredible. And on the one hand, I want to keep melting it so that I'm scared that if it goes, you know, bad or whatever, that I'll be really sad. But I'll also be really sad when I finish it because I don't know. It looks like that vendor's not coming back, so I probably won't be able to get it again. I mean, maybe I can try and request it elsewhere, but I just don't think it will be the same. So yeah, I really, really love this scent. I do have one more streetful after this, but anyway, it's just one of my all-time favorites. L3, you got it Palo. So this is a lemon curd, Palo Santo, and raspberry whip. So this is one of those scents I was talking about before when I said that I melted some Palo scents and they all smelled really powdery for some reason. This was one of them. But that said, I think with Palo, I either need it to be like in a kind of woody, complex, outdoorsy kind of blend, or in a bakery blend. With these sort of with the sharp raspberry whip and lemon curd, I just don't think that's my vibe. But with this blend, I put fake and bake in it. I put switches, so like zucchini breads, sugar cookies, sweet cream. This one blended so well with that bakery. And I shouldn't be surprised really, because lemon curd and raspberry whip both go amazingly with zucchini bread bakery, and Palo does as well. So this was an incredible bakery blend once I put that in there. Just absolutely delicious. Completely turned the experience of this scent around for me. So I love that. I probably will do that. I liked it so much that way. I will probably blend the rest of this with bakery. Because yeah, it's just not my preferred way to have Palo. And to be honest, lemon curd and raspberry, like I enjoy them, but I do think they need something, a counterpoint, like something either creamy or bakery or just something to cut the tartness down a little bit. So yeah, probably not a repurchase this one, but I will enjoy melting the rest of it with bakery. L3 Krampus Hooves. So this is Smoke from the Black Flame Candle, Blue Sugar and Sweater Weather. I really don't remember this melting at all. I think I had it in the bedrooms, which means that by the time I went to bed, I think I couldn't smell it. I did have it in the bedrooms. It smells really good. Kind of fresh, outdoorsy, but also kind of a little bit sweet, smoky, mysterious. Like, it smells good. So I'm kicking the thing that the camera's on again. But yeah, by the time I went to bed, it seemed to be gone. So I'll try it maybe in my office next time and see how that goes. But it doesn't feel like a repurchase. Super Tarts Palo Santo Strawberry Sauce and Raspberry. This was the other Palo blend that I mentioned that also smelled kind of powdery. But this one I don't think I love because I don't think there's a berry note in here that I don't like. I think it is the strawberry sauce. It doesn't smell super chemically like some strawberry scents do, but there is just a tone to it that I don't love. Like, I do like the woody Palo against it, although when it melted it smelled powdery. And this one also didn't do amazingly with the bakery. So I still got that kind of weird strawberry note from it. So I do have a clamshell coming of this, but I might share that on with someone else, because I just think I've loved this sampler, but this scent didn't really work for me. It grew very strongly though. Satsumas and linen. I can never say that one right. I always got to say Satsumas and lemon. From Teddy B's. So this is Satsuma mandarins, bergamot, exotic fruits, and fresh linen. This is incredible. This I love. It is just this amazing, sophisticated, fruity scent. It reminds me a little bit of, if you've tried Super Tarts Street Rat. It's not the same. Street Rat gets maybe a slightly more almost body care like scent from the Golden Sands, but it has, I'm pretty sure it has either mandarin or satsuma. It has that kind of similar fruity scent, and then it has a linen scent as well. So this is a very sophisticated kind of sweet citrus scent. Oh, it's when I say sweet, it's not overly sweet. There is a tanginess to it, but not like a, a strong, like, not a real strong tang, but it's so good. Like, I think I'm very fussy with fruity scents, but when I fall in love with one, I absolutely fall in love. I do think I have another souffle coming. I think I got one in the pre-order. Probably should have got more, but anyway, very strong throwing scent as well. Loved it. Definitely would repurchase that one. Super Tarts Fall Leaves and Sandalwood. I'm going to go over the hour again. I'm really sorry. I don't have too much left, but I just yabber on too much. This is incredible. It's all about her fall leaves, because I have a clam of her fall leaves, and I have every scent she has fall leaves in smells amazing, and now owning that clam of fall leaves, I know that it's just her fall leaves oil is phenomenal. This is just this incredible kind of incensey sandalwood autumnal leaf scent. It's just, it is so good. It throws so strongly. It's the same tone if you can pick it in Super Tarts Grudge, because she's got fall leaves and sandalwood in that as well with blueberry muffins. It's that same tone, but obviously without the blueberry muffins, so it's much stronger. It's just incredible. This was like a specialty poured bag, so I don't think she's going to pour this combo again, but I might try and I'll definitely try and get more fall leaves if she pours that again, and I'll try to get her sandalwood as well, because I would definitely blend that and melt that again. It's phenomenal. Super strong throw. Caramel, apple, pumpkin pecan waffles. Today is October 3rd from L3. This was really good. Like I said a few times, that caramel apple oil is fantastic. I think I prefer the caramel apple zucchini bread, to be honest, because the pumpkin pecan waffles, it is that more kind of bordering on sickly rich kind of bakery, and that kind of plays into the caramel apple, but this one didn't cross that border into sickly sweet for me. It's just there. It's just nice. I don't get much Today's October 3rd from it. There is a very slight kind of cozy woody bakery, but it's not. I probably would have liked that. I think with this one, I was thinking that the Today's October 3rd would offset that kind of potential to be sickly pumpkin pecan waffles and caramel apple combo. It probably doesn't quite get there, and so I would have liked this more if it did, but I still did really enjoy it. It was still really good. It still threw really good. It threw really strongly as well. I have another bag of this after this. I don't know after I've gotten through 2 bags of it if I am going to want more of it. I think I will continue to want the caramel apple zucchini bread combo because that is fantastic. Blackberry jam butter cookies, pumpkin pecan waffles, toasted mallow cookie therapy from L3. This is really good. I have multiple bougie bars of it. I had a bag of it and I went, whoa, that's a really good bakery scent. It feels like because it has got a lot going on in it, nothing really stands out. I mean, you do get a blackberry jam note, but then it's just like blackberry jam sitting on a really delicious bakery mix. It's quite rich. It's almost fudgy. Yeah, it's really good. It throws medium to high. I do wish this one threw stronger, but I still really love it. I think I possibly would get it again after I finish. I've got a few bars to get through, but once I finish them, I would probably get it again. This is the Fake and Bake I threw into the Palo blends this week. I've only got 3 pieces left. This is the second bag of Fake and Bake I've been through. That is unheard of for me. I don't go through band bags ever, and this one too, so I do need another band bag of Fake and Bake. Like, it is just a solid bakery blender. It always holds its own. I don't melt it much on its own these days, but I love throwing it into blends, so definitely need more of that. Haunted Hayride from Southbound Candle Co. This is Balsam Vetiver Cedar, fresh pine, crisp leaves, and berries. I don't remember much about this one melting. It's very sharp. Yeah, I'm glad that it didn't kind of hit me across the face the way that this one does. I can't figure out what it is. It does smell like there's a grassy hay note in here, which is not called out, but that's what I feel like I get the strongest. And then like fresh air, pine, and berries a little bit. So I don't actually love this one on cold. I don't remember it melting warm at all. So whether it just didn't throw, I don't know. I'll have to try it again to figure that out. So not sure what happened there. 4 more cents. I'm not going to get through them in 2.5 minutes, but hopefully I won't go too much over the hour. Teddy Bees, the Three-Eyed Raven. I think now I'm just face-to-face. I'm more chatty. Palo Santo, Sweet Lavender, Vanilla Birch, Marshmallow Fireside, Cold Air. Really enjoyed this. The first time I melted this, I melted through like a little loaf of it. I really enjoyed it. I went off it for a while because I don't love her Sweet Lavender. And I can smell it, but I went through a phase where even if it was just slightly in there, if I could smell her Sweet Lavender, I did not like the scent. Like, there's just something about her Sweet Lavender that just was really off-putting. I feel like I've kind of adjusted now, and with this one, I could smell more of the mix. So yes, I could smell that kind of lavender note, and so it was in there annoying me a little bit, but everything else smelled really good. Right now though, it's like literally now I'm talking about it, my brain's picking out that lavender, because smelling it cold again, I'm like, oh wait, it just smells like that lavender. I really don't like her lavender. I don't. Anyway, I know it's a really popular one, but so yeah, it's really hard for me to describe now because I'm smelling it, and all I'm smelling is kind of like a woody lavender. But when it was melting, it was nice and smooth, and a little bit, the vanilla birch and the cold air blended really well together. The woody tones were nice, and yeah, it was nice. It's actually a really nice bedroom scent, and it throws really well. So I do think it'll be a repurchase sometime. I didn't repurchase it, I think, in the last pre-order because I was remembering that I didn't like the lavender. But anyway, already did that one. Cranberry, apple, marmalade, pumpkin pecan waffles. So this one, yeah, it's not bad. Again, it's a bit sickly. I love cranberry marmalade. Her cranberry marmalade scent is fabulous, but I don't know if it blends well with pumpkin pecan waffle, and I don't know if cranberry apple marmalade is the same or if it's a different oil. But yeah, this one is more kind of like a sickly kind of apple pumpkin pecan waffle jam scent. So I don't love it. Good throw, but not something I would repurchase. Cashmere Cedar Palo Santo Vanilla Birch from L3. This one is really good. I've got it on in here at the moment. It's just a really beautiful, woody, very slightly kind of body care like. Cashmere Cedar has almost like a, it's almost got like a, it's almost like I can smell tree sap. I don't know why. It just gives me that tone. So yeah, I really enjoy this one. It's probably only throwing medium this time. I feel like this one is sort of starting to die off because I remember when I first got it, it was really strong. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think I would repurchase that in small amounts. And then the last scent this week, the Pharmacist's Daughter Lumberjack. So this is on in my bedrooms at the moment. Shave and haircut, left Lumberjack and Graphite. I really can just smell Lumberjack. And I'm going to be honest, this has happened with a few of these Pharmacist's Daughter blends for me. Is that they often get dominated by one scent, especially these, I think I got like a masculine sampler. And most of the scents that I've had out of it, and I've just found that one oil in particular really dominates. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like Lumberjack. It's a really unique kind of autumnal fruity kind of scent. But it's kind of got woody tones in there as well. So I really like Lumberjack. So I've got no complaints about melting Lumberjack. And interestingly, it's actually even called Lumberjack. So if it had just been the oil of Lumberjack, I'd be like, okay, yeah, cool, that's fine. But because this is meant to have shaven, haircut, and graphite, I'm just like, it doesn't feel like a blend. Anyway, it's throwing really strongly. I really enjoy it, but not going to be a repurchase. That is it. That is everything that I melted this week. I don't know. I should be melting the same amount as I normally do this week. We're going away for one night on Monday night because it's a long weekend. Monday's a public holiday, and then Tuesday my son has the day off school, and it's also my birthday. So we decided to take the day off. We're going to go up to Hillsville Sanctuary, and so we're staying in the area the night before. But I think I might actually take a warmer because it's going to be freezing up there. So I thought maybe having a warmer with a nice kind of cozy scent might make the hotel room feel a little bit more home-like or cozy. So, but yeah, so I think I'll probably melt slightly less than usual, but I'll still probably end up yakking on for over an hour because that's just what I do. So hopefully you're all doing really well, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.